Hello, hello, lovely people. Welcome into That Sounds Gay. My name is Jer, and I will be your podcast host for a short time. We are with the lovely and stunning Jasmine. But first, can I say something? Getting older is this thing in the queer community that is painted as such a negative situation. We really fetishize this idea of youth. I was watching this adult video on Twitter a while back, and I noticed that the person looked fairly young, and I wasn't watching it, to have a little good Yankee session. I was watching it because it just happened to show up, and I was like, this person looks very, very, like, they look young, and they've got a lot of views on this. And it was sort of just this passing thought of like, why does this have so much? This person looks maybe 19 at the oldest. And I clicked on their profile and it showed on the description, freshly 18. And my first thought was, yuck. And I didn't, engage much more with the video other than I just thought like, why does this have so much traction on it? And I looked through the comments, I do that a lot. That's one of my guilty pleasures. Things that I shouldn't do is I look through comments and I look at what other people are saying. I'm a chismosa. I love to know that gossip. I want to know what people are saying. I want to know if people have similar thoughts to me. And all these comments were talking about how cute this guy was, how they wanted to snag a guy like him, how they wish they could find someone like him, if they knew someone like that when they were that age, all of that, right? So, I'm looking through all this and I'm looking at the profile, which says freshly 18, and they were already at 100K followers. And I don't know, you had to have amassed some of those people at 17, right? Posting adult content, which is one weird and creepy, but two, like, I don't know. I think the law thinks that's kind of illegal. Not that I think some people care, but I was kind of scrolling through their profile just out of curiosity, and all of their videos going back like a year were just same amounts. It didn't look like bot profiles. It looked like genuine, real people. And I will sometimes, one of my guilty pleasures is like clicking into an account just to see, are you real or are you fake? And they've got like several thousand followers, lots of different posts, like talking about their favorite show, Moira Rose, their favorite music, something that Nikki's doing, whatever. And so like, I know that these are real accounts, these are real people, and they're looking at these, I'm going to call them kids, because I think until your brain is fully developed, I'm going to refer to you as a kid or a child. Doesn't matter if you're 18 years old or not. If you're 24 years old, your brain's not fully developed. You're a kid to me. I'm in my 30s. I've lived a lot of life. So, they look at these kids, and especially the ones that are like, just 18, and I don't know how prevalent this is in straight culture. Like, I really couldn't tell you how often it is that there are straight men who are looking at young 18-year-old girls. I'm sure that it probably happens. Girls that are looking at 18-year-old boys that just got out of high school. They might still freaking be in high school. These kids might be taking advanced calculus for all we know. We don't know what these kids are doing, that just got out and are looking at them and are like having a good yank session. And I think when you are an adult person, maybe like 29, 30, 31, I mean, it's a lot to me to look at someone who is younger and think, ooh, I want to have sex with them. I don't know. For me, I don't want to have sex with anybody 5 years below me. I have very strict age gaps. And it's because I want to make sure that whoever I'm sleeping with is someone who is sort of on my same maturity level. We can talk about the sex. We can talk about our needs in the moment. We can talk about what feels good, what doesn't feel good. If I decide in the middle of it that I don't like it, that they're going to have the same maturity level as me, to not freak out. Whatever. All of these things are factors that are important to me. And when you're looking at somebody who's that young, they don't even have their adult brain yet. Their brains are the size of pistachios still. They're still worried about who they're going to go to prom with or who they went to prom with. There's completely different life skills and values and ideas and concepts, nouns that are in there. And it's this idea of fetishizing youth is so strange to me. I've never understood it. I used to do some webcamming back in the day, back when I was first becoming an adult. I was just 18, 19 years old. And probably at the time I could have made a lot of money. I would have these 40 to 50-year-old men who wanted to give me lots of money just to look at my body. And I mean, I recognize how predatory that is now. And at the time, it just didn't even compute. There are 3 decades between us. 3 decades between us. And you want to look at my nude body? There are people in your age group that you can look at. And I think this is probably something that exists in straight culture too. I don't think this is something that is exclusive to queer culture, and I don't want to perpetuate that idea. It's just this idea of youthness is something that is really looked at and idealized. And you don't know anything as a kid. You have no experience. You have no life. You have no travels that you've done. You have no real thoughts of your own. Everything you have until that point are things that others have given to you. Your parents, your educators, guardians, friends, cliques. You're not conceptualizing the world on your own, unless you're a child genius, which is what, like 1 out of 100,000 people maybe are advanced in thought and capable of having a 25-year-old adult's developed brain, feelings and emotions and thoughts, So all of this to say, I am getting older this year. It is another year for me. I'm turning 34, although I like to say that I am once again celebrating my 29th birthday for the 5th year in a row. And, I'm really proud of my age. I'm really proud of the experiences that I've had. I'm really proud of who I've become. I was talking with my partner the other day about just having like some gray hairs and how it's a little embarrassing in your 20s having some grays, but being in my 30s and, having some of these grays, it's almost like a badge. I went through some stuff. I learned. I grew. I have endured many things that have gotten me to this point. The knowledge that I have that I'm able to share with others as I get older. I really appreciate that. And that comes with age. You don't get that in youth. You don't get to share much of anything other than, oh yeah, well, the way that I got rid of acne was I put some Accutane in my body. What do you have to share at that age? I remember thinking that I was the smartest person in the whole world. I was a stupid bitch. I was a dumb old bitch at that age, and I could not have been told anything. I don't think you can tell me anything now. Maybe that's just my Leo rising, but you don't have this knowledge base when you're younger. You gain that as you get older. You start to conceptualize your own ideas of the world. You have this very strong worldview, a very strong POV. Everything is guided by your own experiences. And I love that I have this, that I'm able to share these things with people. I'm able to express all of the all the places that I've grown in and share that with others. And be a queer mentor to people who are younger, who might not know how to navigate certain parts of life with the additional tag of queerness. And that is such a important part of our journey as queer people, is that we can ask straight people a lot of things about life, adulthood, navigating certain crises, relationships, etc. But I can't believe I just said etc. What the hell is wrong with me? You know, you can ask them about these navigational things, but there's always that extra tag of queerness that's underneath it. And sometimes looking at someone who is different than you, it's hard to see the similarities. And so I like being able to share these things as I get older, as I move through the years, as I level up, as the gaming community likes to express about aging. We like to get away from birthdays. We're like really quirky, and we'll say, "Oh, I leveled up," rather than "I had a birthday," and I'm very into that. And so, you know, having these experiences and being able to share my wisdom that I've gained over the years is really special and important to me. And one of those things is really for the younger queers that are out there. Recognize the fetishizing of your youth. Recognize when there is a odd dynamic happening between you and an older person. Sometimes I think older people may look at someone who is younger, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they think, I remember when I was that age. And if I had someone older who could have told me what to do and how to do things, I would have shaped out so much different. I would have done this instead of that. And maybe they think that they can sort of mold that like a piece of clay. Maybe it's a pining for something that they didn't get when they were kids. And again, I use the word kid very loosely. If you're under 25, you're a kid to me. You know, maybe they look at something like that and they think, I wish I could do that again. I want to live my life through that. Sort of like those dance moms who are like, you're going to be the top dance captain in the whole entire West Southern Baptist Texas church. And if you're not, then I'm simply just going to decease. I'll never be able to live again. I can't show myself at the potlucks. You know, it's that idea where you're going to be better than I was because I couldn't do it. I failed. I was a flop, so you can't be. I think that maybe a part of it, maybe it's you know, all these teen youth films that are out where it seems like the youth, the main character is so cool and put together and popular. There's a lot of different factors I think that go into why youth culture I think is so fetishized across the board. And you know, I would love as a society for us to get away from that and just let people be kids. You know, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, just allow those people to make those mistakes. Mess around with the people that are around their age and call out those people who are in their 30s who are dating 18 to 19, 20-year-olds. It's like, you have an entire pool of people in your age group. Why are you lingering around just out of high school kids? What inferiority do you have about your significance that you have to get someone who's young and inexperienced, who doesn't know any better, than to date someone who is in your age group? And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. It's that these people don't know any better, and so they can sort of be manipulated. Oh, you know, if you really loved me, you would have sex with me right now. If you really loved me, you would move across the country and abandon your family and your friends and live with me. If you really love you know, maybe that factors in too. Maybe it's a power play thing. I don't know. But I'm always so curious when there are people in their late 30s, early 40s who are hanging around with these just out of high school people, and they're like, age is just a number. Is it though? Is it though? Because that is a really wild power dynamic that this person isn't even fully developed yet. They might not even have all their chest hair yet. And you want to say that age is a number? Why can't you date in your own pool? Why can't you date in your own pool? And I think we should really normalize this idea of calling people out, you know? Because I always say, if someone is not hurting me or someone else, I'll leave them alone. I'll let them stay in their lane. But that is hurting somebody. That is genuinely hurting someone when they are that young, that inexperienced, that unable to know any better, that something is wrong, that someone is manipulating them or taking advantage of a certain part of their life. That is hurting someone. And we should call that behavior out. It's really detrimental to these kids. Whether they realize it or not, it really is very detrimental. And again, what is so wrong about your current dating pool that you cannot find someone your own age or within a couple of years of your age? Now, there's a big difference between being like 25, 27, 28, whatever, and then dating a like 40-year-old. There's a big difference. There's an entire an entire section of knowledge that you've gained from 18 to 25. Your brain stops developing at that point. You're pretty much who you are at that point. There's a huge difference between being 29 and dating a late 40-year-old because you've got so many more experiences in life. And it really is that precious time from 18 to 25, I think is I think some of the most important formative years that we really just don't allow them to learn about who they are by fetishizing their youth. We're really putting them at a disadvantage for a lot of different reasons, and I can talk about that all day long. But I think I should stop ranting before this ends up being an hour and a half long podcast. If y'all are interested, I'll do more. I'll talk about this more often or in a future episode, but I think it's time that we jump in. I'm very excited. Happy birthday to me. And I hope that you have a fantastic day. Enjoy the episode. And yeah, let's get into this. Girl, my cats are fighting. Can you hear them?
I heard that.
Did you hear them?
I
Jesus. Did. They're like, we gotta fight. We gotta fight. This is the janky part about doing a podcast in my own apartment, is that you get all of the ambient sounds of all the crap going on back here. Like sometimes there was a couple of weeks ago where like Poncho was in the kitchen and he was like, oh. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And, oh. You know those like cat sounds that they do?
Yes.
just singing. And then he like popped up on my lap and then was like, ah! It's so fun. I love recording at home. Yeah. The convenience is nice. But all these sounds, these sounds,
like we're in a studio.
Right, this is my studio. In my fantasy, in my French vanilla fantasy.
This room is booked, girl. You can't come in here. Look at the sign-up sheet, girl. No.
I don't remember you signing up to get in here, bitch.
This was my time slot. The fuck? Get your lunch out of here.
Oh my God. On that, I had a manager at my old job that would reserve those meeting rooms for his lunch so that he wouldn't get bothered. Which after I learned that,
car,
right?
Dude. Just
I
go to your
mean,
car. are.
Right? But I thought that was so genius to be, and also like kind of selfish at the same time, to be like, I don't want to get bothered on my lunch, so I'm going to book a meeting space for an hour so that I can hide. And then
Wow.
when my lunch is over, I'll just do my work for a little bit and then segue back to my office. It's like smart ball. I can't. I literally can't.
Man. I love it. If I had the ability to book a conference room, I sure would.
Yeah.
Just to have my lunch? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
get your
hate
little
getting
time
talked
slot
to during my
in.
lunch. I cannot. When I was working at Disney, I used to always just take my lunch out by the smokers section so I wouldn't get talked to.
Yes.
Who wants to sit around a bunch of cigarette smoke? Nobody does.
Yeah.
But me.
They don't
And
even want to sit
then-
around each other.
No, and even then, I don't want to talk to nobody. You
Right.
know? I wish the girls at my job took a fucking hint. Every time I have my headphones in, what does that mean? Don't talk to me.
Don't
And
talk
for
to me.
you, girl, for you to make me turn around, take an earbud out, and be like, "Huh? What you say?" Repeating yourself. Let's catch on with the program. I'm not listening to you.
Yeah.
You know? I can't. I'd love to not get talked to at lunch.
Don't talk to me at all while
Don't
I'm
talk to me
working.
at all. Yeah, hello. I'm at my job. I'm eating. Leave me alone.
Didn't really have anywhere to go as a supervisor, so I would sit at the desk and I would just like eat there. And people would always come over and be like, I need to talk to you, but are you on your break? And I'm like, yes. You can see that I've got an apple slice sticking out of my mouth. There's a half-eaten PB&J in front of me and an open Coca-Cola. I'm clearly on my lunch. I'm not just sitting here.
Clearly.
Like,
this isn't for fun.
right. I'm not just sitting here doing nothing.
Did I ever tell you how I got fast at typing at my job?
No.
I used to work reception at the hospital.
Oh,
and
right.
People come up to me all the time to want to chat and talk. And listen, I'm a talker, sure, but also never talk to me. You know? Also, don't you ever assume that I want to speak with you too and hold a conversation. You know, don't ever think. Don't ever talk to me. Okay.
Oh my God! I just choked.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, girl.
Okay, so I used to pull up typingtest.com.
No, you did not.
And I'd be on the computer and I'd be typing away, practicing my speed, and they'd come right up to the front and they'd be like, "Oh, are you busy?" And I'd be like, "Yes."
You're like, yes, I am. Yes, I am
Yes, I
busy.
am.
Thank you.
I'm very busy answering stuff. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you later. And I got so fast because I kept doing that over
That's
and over
genius.
again. Oh, girl, smart.
That's so smart.
Smart. Oh, yeah. I would be typing nonsense.
Yeah. Have you seen Life Size, right?
Life size? Oh,
It's got Tyra Banks.
Tyra,
Yeah. Do you remember that scene where she's like typing in the office and it's just like nonsense and it's like AFGH bracket GHBR.
Plus sign. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Yeah. Oh,
It's literally that.
that movie takes me back. It's been a minute.
Yeah. That was
Oh.
like when Tyra was really trying to take off as things that were not just modeling. She was like, you know what? I'm going to try and be a jack of all trades. And if I'm not mistaken, that was before Top Model.
Oh, yeah, it had to have been.
Yeah.
She was trying to be Miss, like, Vanessa Williams.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
she
I'm
was
saying?
like, she was doing music, she was doing TV, she was trying to do movies and stuff. Like, she was kind of jack of all trading.
Yeah, she
At the
was
time.
for a while.
Yeah. And then she, like, major halted on that. Like, what is she doing now? What is she doing? I don't even know.
I wonder. I haven't thought about Tyra Banks in a minute, at least nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, with the Barbie movie that came out, you know, my first thought was Life Size. You know?
Oh, yeah. I thought she'd be in it. She's not in it at all.
I don't think so. But you'd think that they would have gotten her a little bit.
Yeah.
Eve's great, no matter where she goes. Dress her up from her head to her toes. That was
Hey.
such a, like, homosexual moment for me.
Oh, yeah.
It
Miss
was so gay.
Tyra.
Yeah.
She was so cute with little Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, that dad had no eyebrows or lips,
No, creepy.
by the way. He was in everything.
I'm gonna look him up.
Do you remember? He was in the movie with, oh my God, what is her name? Smart House. He was in Smart House. He was the dad in that.
Wow.
He was the dad in some other decom. I don't remember what it was. He was in everything at the time. That was like being a sort of like middle-aged dad type. He was in all of those for a little while.
Middle-aged dad, Jer Burns. Movies and TV. Jer Burns is his name. He was in Crocodile Dundee.
I don't remember that.
Love it. Oh, great. Good. Don't remember it. Don't remember it. It's not good to remember.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else he's been. He's been in What's Up, Scarlet?
I don't even know what the
Jesus
heck that
Christ.
is.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know.
He's been in a movie called Bob. That's cool.
Big old bottom.
Let's go, Bob. And he's in a movie called Help Me Help You.
That sounds like a corn.
Oh, God.
Does it
Help
not?
me, you. Help me reach around, and I'll help you reach around, and we'll help each other. He's been in a movie called Let's Get Hairy. We love it.
Another corn.
Another corn. How about Touch and Go?
Oh my God, another
great
corn. Damn.
How about this one? I'm dying up here.
Another corn.
Another corn. Here's this one. Retired at 35.
Damn. Girl, that's another corn.
Here's the last corn. The Mommies.
Yes, girl, this man has been in everything.
He's been in every corn. Find him on Cornhub. Okay. The no lips, no eyebrows.
The no lips, no eyebrows man. And all the corn that you didn't want to see.
Oh,
see
yeah.
it right here.
You'll see it right here. Something So Right. That's a movie he's been in. Okay. Wow. I saw one of these. It's probably because they're old corns. I'm dying up here. I cannot believe. Girl. Oh. Oh, jeez. Well.
Speaking of that.
Speaking of corns.
Just speaking of
it's
corns. Speaking of this middle-aged dad.
It's your birthday. I want to say happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to you. It's your birthday.
It is. Girl. 34.
Middle-aged millennial. Are you a millennial?
I am a millennial.
Oh, middle-aged millennial. We love it.
Hold on. Now, hold on.
Huh.
I need to know what are some I'm gonna do a quick Google. I'm gonna be a little unprofessional here.
You're gonna
right now.
hack into the system right now?
Yeah. I wanna know some defining I don't know.
What millennial
defining traits of millennials. Let's Google this. They're born between 81 and 1981 and 1996. They're tech savvy, care about more than just a paycheck, and are accustomed to having a voice and a seat at the table. As someone who's kind of a windbag, that makes sense to me.
That makes sense. I want to sit at that table.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit at the kids' table though.
No, girl, kids' tables?
No.
How many of those did you have to sit at as an adult?
Oh, until I was 10.
Oh, really?
Until I was 10. And
I feel like I was
11,
still sitting at kids' tables up until I was like, I don't know, 2021, because there was always somebody who was older. You know?
Oh, well, don't get me wrong. There's always someone that's older. But the minute that I sat in the big kid table.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
But, girl, yeah, their little kid table. No,
not with the babies. It was like the teen young adult table is where I was sitting. But still, it was like separate from the adult table. And I'm like, excuse you. I am 20. I do not need to be here right now. Right. I can go back to my apartment at my college.
Yeah.
I don't have to be here.
And I am going to open up my Kraft mac and cheese, okay? I am. And I put the extra butter, and I barely put milk, just so you know. Okay?
Do you like that blue box?
I do like the blue box. I like the deluxe. if I really had to.
Yeah.
I like the deluxe. I recently tried a mac that's called Goodles. I love that mac. It's so good. It's
What's
got a lot of
this?
protein in it. It's delicious. Whatever.
Why is it a goodle?
It's called Goodles. That's just how it's called. Like
Oh.
these noodles, they're Goodles.
Are they like gooey or what?
I guess it's like a knockoff Kraft.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It's
come on,
good.
great value.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, I love that. I love
I
the blue
love it.
box. I'm gonna say something that's gonna potentially offend people. I don't like homemade mac and cheese.
No, it's never cheesy enough and it's not saucy enough.
No. And the
No,
butter ratio is never right.
no. And I don't like when it gets crumbly. Gross.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
find a good
The
like
the
homemade mac and cheese.
breadcrumbs. Do you like that?
That's not it.
No.
No.
No, me
No.
either. And then people want to put bacon in it too, which I love bacon, but it's always soggy bacon
Uh-huh.
and it's never crispy crunchy. So you
No,
like
it's
bite in
never.
and there's this like gooey noodle and you don't know what is gooey bacon and what's a noodle. And then when you finally start
Yes.
chewing, you're like, "Oh, that's not a noodle." It's so off-putting to me. Mm-mm.
I
No.
agree. It's not it for me. There was only one time where I enjoyed the breadcrumbs.
Mm.
One time it was at a restaurant and it was Ritz crackers.
Ooh, bitch, that sounds so good.
It was Ritz crackers on top and they didn't bake it on top. They just like
Crumbled
little
it and put it there?
sprinkle after the
Ooh.
dish was ready. Oh, that was really good. But
Ooh,
that's it though.
wait. Girl, I
Yeah.
love
Oh, a
that.
little sprinkle, and I guess they must have crushed up like and sauteed some shit in it. It was great.
Ooh. That sounds delicious, actually. I can get into
Yeah.
that.
You can get into a little
I can get
Ritz
into
crack.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago on here.
Mm-hmm.
My Mexican father, who really wanted to be white, we're not going to break that down today, um, would put ketchup in mac and cheese. Did you ever do that when you were a kid?
No, that's
Girl,
wild.
it's so Caucasian.
Explain some more. Explain some more. That's crazy.
You take all your mac and cheese when it's done and it's still warm, right? And then you take your ketchup bottle, you shake it up so you don't get all that little liquidy, little pre-cum at the bottom. And then you just squeeze that in and stir it all up so that it sort of turns this orangey color rather than that like bright yellow. The tomato and the cheese together, it almost makes it taste a little pizza saucy,
Oh,
but it's like, it's so good. It's very, very Caucasian.
that's really interesting. I mean, it makes sense, tomato and cheese,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Wow.
like we were poor when I was a kid. Like my parents tried to pretend that we weren't, but we were poor.
Yeah.
Like we were poor people. So I think my dad was always trying to improvise. Plus, I think he really hated the fact that he was Mexican.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really think he did. I think he had a huge chip on his shoulder that he was, which is so weird. I don't get it. But like, yeah, we were like, we didn't really eat any of our own cultural food, and he was first gen too, first gen in the U.S. So like,
I
he
was
was really
just about
connected
to
to it.
ask. Yeah.
You know, he was really he grew up with it. He didn't know how to cook anything, but I mean, he was boy and the last one, so he was the baby.
Oh, so
You
why
know,
would he ever have to learn?
right.
Right.
So like, you know, I think he was always. I think one, I don't think he liked that he was Mexican, and two, I think he had no like way of doing any of that, so we just made a bunch of junk. He just made a bunch of junk.
Mm.
Put ketchup on freaking everything, girl. But we were talking about kids before we started this. My
Yeah.
dad, when I was born, was 19.
19?
19.
Oh, he was a kid.
By my age, for my dad, I was 14. I
How
could not
crazy is that?
imagine having a mouthy teenager walking
Uh-uh.
around here, talking back to me, smelling like BO, having bad acne that I got to help them clean up, dealing with high school drama and bullies and homework and math. No,
Girl.
no,
Girl.
not my fantasy.
No, no. You
I
want to know
love it for
how?
people to do, but not
I
me.
mean, I can't believe he was 19. That's crazy.
Both my parents were. Yeah,
That's wild. You're not the oldest, are
I
you?
am the oldest. Yeah, I was the firstborn. My
Wow.
parents had my brother 3 years after me.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, a 19-year-old dad. And now here I am, a
Yeah.
34-year-old cat dad.
Yeah. And we're good enough.
Yeah,
And that's enough, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
My
I love
my
that.
mom was 40, oh my God, 41 when she had me.
See, that's kind of
41.
nice though, because you get to spend so much time exploring yourself and your life and your
Yes.
interests, your journey, all that. And,
Yes.
then you can have a kid when you're ready. I think that's
Yeah,
smart.
she was good and ready by the time I came out,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. She was, I mean, I feel bad. I cut her off in the middle of her living her life, girl. She was training for marathons, lifting
Girl.
weights, like, and then when she found out she was pregnant with me, she practically waddled out of that hospital to make sure I wasn't gonna fall out, you know.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, she had me at 41, lived a full life, you know.
damn.
And she said, okay, well, guess it's time now, you know?
Guess I can settle down and stop.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's your
God.
sign?
Oh, oh, girl. Oh, okay. Don't let this be prickly.
Okay.
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, okay. I'm into
What are
that.
you?
I'm a double Virgo.
No wonder we get along so
My
well.
sun and moon are
Oh,
Virgo, and my
dare.
rising is Leo. I just found out that
Yes.
my Venus is Libra, which explains why I'm such a hopeless romantic, and why I'll meet somebody on the street and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you like Pokemon too? Oh my God, let me just think about our entire life together and our
Yes.
wedding and all of the positions that we're gonna have sex in, and then I'm gonna picture our like." Kids that we're gonna have, our cat kids, and then our home
Yes.
and what color the fence is, what state we're living in, and then like see our relationship end because we both died in each other's arms at 62.
Do you know your chart?
I know most of it. I've got
I'll
a
tell
lot of
you,
Libra Virgos in there.
I'm like, I've got 5 planets in Scorpio.
Girl, do you really?
5. I have the Venus, my sun, my moon, Jupiter, you
Oh
know.
my God.
Yeah, all of that.
Girl.
So I'm Scorpio,
You're
right?
Scorpio, house down, boots. Oh, grr.
House number, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm saying it all day, all night.
If
Okay.
it's not Scorpio, I'm not interested. Okay. Now, y'all, I was born on a Scorpio, which means
I'm ascending Aries,
oh,
all right.
okay,
Um, bitch, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's so much more, right?
yeah,
But yeah, I guess the mask is Aries and everything else is Scorpio for me.
yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, a lot of mine is Virgo, Libra. I think I have one Capricorn in there. There's
Hmm.
there's of a lot of Virgos, but I mean
Yeah.
it. I'm kind of a I'm kind of the epitome of what a Virgo is, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's funny because like, I'm so anal about certain things, and I'm so like particular. And a big defining trait about Virgos is like we're very self doubtful about our success and about the things
Mhm.
that we're doing well at. But then my Leo is blindly confident about everything. So I'll like barrel forward on this delusion like
Yeah.
I am doing the right thing. Meanwhile, my double Virgo is like, it's wrong, you're doing it wrong. Why is this happening? Everybody hates you. And then my Virgo's like, no, bitch, I'm driving this bus.
I'm driving this
This is
bus.
speed. We are
Yes.
not going under 55.
No. No. Otherwise we're gonna explode. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we're gonna die. We
I
gotta keep
totally
going.
get it. I
Yeah.
have this like intense, okay, really really interesting fact. Every person that I've ever been close with, every good friend has always had a birthday in the first week of September.
No.
Always. All of them across
No.
the board. Yes.
Really?
Anybody that I've been close to with for years all have birthdays within the same week.
You love Virgos.
I do. I gravitate towards that. Sam, for example, my one of my best friends, Sam, she is September 3rd. I have another friend who's September 7th, and I have another friend who's September 6th.
Mmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Girl.
Crazy. And
Girl.
all of them I've known them for years, and we've always been super close.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That's
we
wild.
love Virgos over here. I love
Yeah.
Virgos.
I mean, If you don't like a Virgo, you might not want to be listening to this.
No, that's
I'm Virgo
right.
house down.
Yeah, a lot of people are not too surprised to find out that I'm Scorpio, but I
Yeah.
think because of what I put out, they tend to not see me be Scorpio, but I
Mm.
don't ever let them see the real me, you know what I'm saying? And so I like to hide a lot of my own feelings to the point where it's not even hiding, I'm omitting. You
Mm.
know? I just don't tell. I just don't tell.
Scorpio's a fire sign, right?
It is, yeah.
Mm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
no.
Virgo sign? I forget.
I
I
think
mean, you
I'm an
know.
earth sign. Hold on, now I gotta Google
Oh.
again.
Wait, no. Scorpio's a water
Oh,
sign.
it's water.
I think it's a water. Here we go. Here we go.
Virgo
'Cause I love
sign.
water. Yeah, it's a water sign. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What?
Extremely private. That's me, girl. Uh-huh.
Un- under the tropical zodiac, the sunset. Wait, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. I don't know what it is. Oh, I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to find.
tell you right now.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh,
I
Aaron.
wish you would.
I think it's an earth sign,
It's an earth
girl.
sign. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Thought
yeah.
it was an
Makes
earth sign.
sense. Water and earth.
Yeah?
Okay, we're the planet.
We're
You
the
know what I'm
planet. We're the whole earth.
I give the life, you give the growth.
Yes, I love that.
I
I love
love
that.
it. Yeah.
Um, there's this thing since, talking about birthdays and stuff. There's this idea that in gay culture, for a while you stay in whatever your thing is. I don't think I've ever been like a twink. I think I've always just been like a gay. And after like a certain point, you transition from whatever you are to daddy status. And for most people, I feel like that doesn't happen until like late 30s, maybe
Yeah.
40s, where you get into
Yeah.
daddy status. I feel like I kind of hit it like at 30,
Yeah.
to be
You're
honest.
definitely a daddy.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I might be. I feel like
Hmm.
I am. And it's like a state of mind, Pedro Pascal says it best. Daddy's a state of mind.
Oh
And I
yeah.
feel like I hit it a while ago. Like, even, I don't know. When I think of daddies, I don't know about you. When I think of daddies, I think of someone who's got like an energy that they know a lot. They want to teach you, they want to pass down things. They want to make
Yes.
sure that you're being taken care of. But also,
Yes.
like, when I think of, like, ooh, daddy, I think of someone that you, like, think of all those things. They're a really strong mentor type person. But also, if they wanted to, bend you over their lap, give you a little spank,
Oh
you'd be like,
right.
thank you.
I would thank them.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
Like, those are all the things that I
Uh,
think of.
yeah.
And,
Oh
like,
yeah.
when people on the app started calling me daddy, I knew, like, oh, I got there. I got there already. I think it was the
I hit the
mustache.
peak.
I think it was
It
the
might be
mustache,
the
to be
mustache.
honest.
Yeah.
Because before pre-mustache, I did not get people calling me that or even thinking of me in that way. And like
Yeah.
I'm a gender fluid, non-binary person. So like, for my gender identity, I don't consider myself in masculine terms. But
Yeah.
daddy, like, I'm so okay with, which is so weird. It's like the only like masculine term that I'm really okay with.
Yeah. Well, it's warm, it's inviting,
Yeah,
you know,
it feels
and it's
nice.
comforting. Yeah. Well, to me, it feels comforting. It could be a little nasty
Yeah,
too, you
it's a
know.
little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. I don't mind it. A lot of people get icky about the word daddy. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, me
You know.
too. I
Hmm.
think,
Indicates a little bit of an older man, my
yeah.
type, you know. Yeah, girl, I'm
Same.
in it.
Yeah, I think like it's one of those things where in the last couple of years in particular, it started to really rise up. And I don't know what has caused that to rise up in
Yeah.
popularity, but it's really gotten more popular in the last couple of years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, people are starting to recognize older men for once.
Yeah.
No, for once. I'm just
Well,
kidding. But they are, and I'm really glad for it because I gotta say that's totally my type. I love a little older man, little gray hair. It looks
yeah.
nice. I
Even
love
someone
it.
that's just got that energy of someone who's a little bit older.
A little bit
Im-
wider,
Immaturity
guide.
is starting to become less appealing. I mean,
Oh,
it's never really been super appealing, but sometimes you see that kind of goofy, twerpy. Oh my god, they're so like carefree and whatever.
Never.
that starts to get really unappealing
Yeah.
as I get older. And I'm noticing that a lot of younger people really don't like that either.
Yeah.
They're really hating that.
I could care less for the youthfulness. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I want someone who's grounded. I don't
Yeah.
care if they're, not really serious about certain things, as long as they've got this general attitude that they are really grounded and really here
Mhm.
and present. And they're not like
Yes. Yes.
floating off
No.
in the
Feet
nether.
firm on the ground, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's really important to me.
Yeah, me too.
And I think it always has been, but I'm glad that more people are recognizing that. And I think with the rise of, certain celebrities that have that energy, I think people are recognizing
Oh
that.
my God.
I'm
Hmm.
very into it.
Super attractive when a man is really secure with himself, you know? The
Yes.
insecurity, I cannot deal. I
No.
cannot validate every single one of your insecurities. I really can't. I don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
No.
Do you like people calling you mommy or no?
Oh my gosh, I think it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like pretty comforting. Yes. Mommy, but I like it MAMI. You know what
Mommy.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like
mommy. Like I
mommy.
love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mommy, I get that when someone is staring at my titties. I'll get mommy. But I like mommy like that. But mommy, oh girl, you know, makes me feel like I'm about to nurse. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh.
Miss Hindenburg titties.
Bitch. Anyway, though, I love that shit. Yeah, it makes me feel, yeah, I can't do with the insecurity and the
Yeah, yeah.
validating. I won't. I
No.
won't.
Ask me if
No,
I will. Jazz,
I
ask me if
won't.
I will.
Will you?
I won't.
I won't.
Will you?
I won't. And I feel like a daddy is someone that's real secure with themselves. You would
Yes.
hope, you know?
Yeah. Or even just
Yeah.
someone who's like they've got their stuff together.
Ooh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Someone that's got that energy of like you can take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you could take care of me too.
Yeah.
But you don't need to. You could.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ugh. Okay, I just gotta ask, what's the hottest thing a guy has ever said to you? Right off the top of my head, I know mine.
You tell yours, 'cause I gotta think about it.
Okay, it's real quick. It's not gonna come with a great story,
That's
but
fine.
the hottest thing a guy ever said to me was, he came by one night and he goes, "Oh my God, you smell amazing. You smell so good." And we got into it, right? And the
Yeah.
next day, I saw him and he goes, "I still smell you on me." And I'm like,
Oh,
get into it, girl.
yes, girl.
Keep on going.
Yes.
Oh my God. One of the most hottest things a guy has said to me. It's so hot. Just in passing throughout normal day to day. We fucked right then and there. A couple of hours later, I met him in the room. Oh my goodness.
Girl, I
It was so
love
good.
that.
Yes. How about you?
I think, you know what? Now that you've said it, I think maybe it might just be confirmation bias or whatever. But I think it might be something similar.
Mm.
Where someone was like, can you come back? I want to come back another time. I want to smell you again.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Love it.
Like, that was never a thing that was interesting to me when I
No.
was younger.
Uh-uh.
And when I've gotten older and like finding someone who's a slightly, I don't know, this person was a little bit younger than me. Not terribly, but just a little bit younger, who was like, "Daddy, I wanna smell you." I don't know. I loved
It's
that.
nice.
It was nice. It was
Yeah,
it was
very
something
nice.
really, really like erotic, which was
Yeah.
odd. I never thought I'd ever be into that when I was younger. Like I certainly was not. So it's just fascinating learning about these. And I want to talk very heavily about like kink stuff in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to do it, but yeah, like interesting little kinks that I didn't think I was going to be into as I've gotten older, like especially the daddy thing. I did not think I was going to be into that. I see
Mhm.
like a gentleman of a certain age, got a little bit of salt and pepper hair, has a little bit of the dad bod,
Yeah.
where it's like they're not super defined muscular wise, but they got that little panza, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
the little
ooh.
fupa.
Please.
Looking
Yeah,
really nice.
like, but they've got some nice muscle definition, but it's
Yeah.
not it's not hard. It's like sort of soft muscle. I
Yes,
love
yes.
that. A little
Yeah,
hair on
it's
the chest.
nice.
And I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember like all of the models, all of the underwear, all of the people that were like on runways and movies? The trend a
Mm,
lot of times in the early 2000s were these like really buff, fit dudes who had no body hair. They were
yeah.
always really young,
Yeah.
had freshly dyed hair. You would never tell that they were older. If they had wrinkles, they would definitely either were deep wrinkles or they got smoothed over because that was not
Right.
desirable. And
Right.
now it's like, you know, that's the peak. Someone's got a little dad bod, everybody's drooling over them.
Oh my gosh, a little thick in the shoulders and the gut. We love it.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
Or
Let
even
me
just
lay down on that little
average.
bear.
Even just a little average body, Something that's
Yeah.
not like super defined, but you can tell that like they're comfortable and they're happy. Like
Hmm.
there's one person in particular that I think of that I love. It's America's daddy, the world's daddy, Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah.
Love
Yeah.
him. I think he's so beautiful and handsome. I love his energy. I love that
Mm.
he is this person that everybody is just so attracted to now. So many people just they see him and they're like, "Damn, that's a fine ass man. That is a daddy." And like it makes me happy one on a level that we're looking at average bodies and idealizing those now rather
Yeah.
than being like you have to look like Ryan Reynolds in The Proposal. Do you remember that
Right, right,
shirtless scene?
right.
Do you remember that where like his titties were like rock hard, his pecs popping, the biceps were defined, and he just
Oh
like,
yeah.
I mean, he looked great, but like that's not the ideal standard anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
two, that a Latinx person is sort of the standard of beauty right now.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I mean,
I love it.
I can't think of many Latinos that have been the ideal beauty standard in my adult life.
No, I can't well, actually, I can name a few. I can name a few
Can
for
you?
me in my life. Well, for one,
Mm.
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, you're so right,
Oh
girl.
my
How did I forget
God.
about him? Spy Kids. Spy Kids
He's
like put him on the
so
map, I think. And Zorro.
that hair, the
Yes, you're
eyebrows,
so
the
right.
face, the accent.
How did I forget about him? We were
I
just talking
love
about him not that
him.
long ago.
I know he's one of my favorites. I love
You're so
him.
right.
I've got a curveball for you, and I bet you don't know who this person is,
Probably.
but his name is Javier Bardem. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if you ever heard of a movie called No Country for Old Men, he's the
Mm.
man with the bob. He's got a bob haircut. Okay.
I do know who
Um,
this is. I
do
do know who
you?
this is. I remember I didn't watch the movie, but I knew of it because it came out when I was still at Hollywood Video. So I know the box cover.
Oh, yeah.
The box cover
Okay.
lives in my
He had
brain.
a little bob. It covered his ears,
That's right.
whatever. Anyway, outside of that bob, that wig, he takes that shit off. That's a dad. That's a
Yeah.
father right there.
See,
I
I
love
don't
him.
remember him like taking off in like the beauty
No,
world, but I
no.
remember Antonio did.
Oh,
I do
Antonio did.
remember
Oh,
that.
yes. Curveball. But now I'm going to be specific. This is specific to me.
Yeah.
This man, tall,
Tool.
hairy,
I love that.
accent, very kind, generous, has a gorgeous wife. I think he's married to Penelope
Oh,
Cruz.
she's beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. She's very lucky to have him. Uh, gorgeous, gorgeous man. To me, he's not
Mm-mm-mm.
very conventionally attractive, but hey, I could give a fuck. I think he exudes that kind of energy, but he's not
Mm.
very well known. But I know him,
Yeah.
and I'll have him to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Mm. Um, other than him,
Wait, what's the name?
what? Javier
Oh,
Bardem.
oh, oh, oh. I thought you were.
We're still talking about him.
Got it. I thought it was
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else.
Oh no, 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 no. Other
I
than
love
that,
that.
oh, I'm sorry. I really implied like it was someone
Yeah,
else.
I thought it was somebody new. I was like, who is this?
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. No. Him, I mean, I really can't think of any other Latinos
Yeah.
other than some musicians out there. I like Alejandro
Right.
Fernandez. That's Vicente Fernandez's son. Loved him when he was young. He could fucking get it with that
Yeah.
voice, dude. And his look. He once did like a little photo shoot.
Mm.
Oh, I could die. I love him.
Well, and I feel
That's
like
just me.
as a Latinx person, I feel like I've always seen Latinos in particular sort of as like the comic relief, you know?
Oh
They're like
yeah.
the George Lopez type. Like they're the funny neighbor, they're the funny main character. They're the one who
Uh-huh.
are like making cholo jokes that are really stereotypical, that aren't funny, but white people think they're funny, you know?
Oh
And
yeah.
like you see a lot of Latinas being really glamorized, but it's always felt a little fetishy to me, if
Yes.
that makes sense. It's
It
like,
is though.
oh, look how exotic you are. Look at your
Yeah.
exotic features. And it's like, bitch, she is stunning. Stan her because she's beautiful, you know?
Right.
Not just because she meets your standard of what Latina is supposed to be. And so,
Hmm.
like, it's really nice to see someone like Pedro Pascal who, and I mean Oscar Isaac too. I feel like a lot of people really tune
Oh
up to Oscar Isaac. He's
yeah.
gorgeous too. I feel like it's so nice to see people like these two who are like this beauty standard that a lot of people look to and are like, those are gorgeous men. And it doesn't feel like a fetishization thing.
Yeah.
It just feels like we recognize that this is beautiful. These people are
Hmm.
beautiful. And as someone who is sort of, you know, who I mean, I look very Caucasian.
Mm.
But I recognize that I am Latinx, and I know that about myself. It's nice to see someone who is a Latino that is being represented in the media. It's so
Yeah.
nice. Even if I
Yeah.
don't fully look like them, just knowing like I am of the same cultural umbrella
Yeah.
as these people. I know they're both not Mexican, but they're underneath the Latino umbrella, right? Knowing
Hmm.
that this is something that people are finding attractive now and no longer gatekeeping that to whiteness is so, so nice.
Yeah.
I love
It
that.
is.
Representation
It's
matters.
nice. It really does. I mean, I can't tell you how much little Spy Kids and Zorro affected my worldview and what I
Mm,
wanted. You know what I mean? What I
yeah.
was into. Yeah, girl.
Spy
I
Kids was so good. That movie still holds up.
it does. It does. I just recently saw a little TikTok about the love story on how the parents met. They were both spies against the world, you know,
Yeah.
trying to fight each other. I don't know. I gotta
And they
watch
met
it
and hooked
again.
up. I was kind of thinking about watching it again.
Mm.
And I know, like, it's a kid's movie, whatever, but it was such a
It was a
good
fun
film.
movie.
I feel like it had enough themes that adults could still enjoy.
Yeah.
But that third movie really went downhill.
That third movie went in a whole didn't wasn't
That was the
Sylvester
3D.
Stallone in that
I
movie?
believe so.
They were reaching, girl.
Yeah. I was saying the other night, I'm so glad that 3D has died.
Do you remember when there were 3D TVs?
Yes, 3D was everywhere and I never
Yeah.
understood it. I never
Oh, me
understood it.
neither.
I'm like, why is this a thing? Why are you
You know what?
pushing this?
Truly feels like it was the precursor to virtual reality.
Oh my
With
god,
the
you're so
glass,
right.
am I right? Like it
You're
was
so right.
just the very beginning, the caveman of virtual reality, you know?
Yeah.
With the hands coming out at you, the ladybug right in front of your
Oh my
face in
god,
the
you're so right.
movie. Yeah. I don't know.
Girl.
Still, I'm not into it.
You know
I'm
what I
so
did
glad
like though was like the 4D stuff. Do you remember the
Oh yeah.
Rugrats movie? How they had those little scratch and sniff stickers?
Oh yeah. Whoa. On the DVDs?
It was at the movie theater. You could go and get the little. Maybe you were too young for this because you're a couple years younger than me. I
Yeah.
remember the Rugrats movie when it came out. There were these little stickers that you could get. I think you got them at the movie theater, and as the movie was playing, you'd scratch it and you'd smell what they were experiencing. And I have this distinct memory of this banana smell, this very specific banana smell from when the monkeys are like shooting bananas at Dill or something.
Oh
Like
wow.
I remember this phantom banana smell, and there was one other one I can't remember what it was, but yeah, like 4D was cool. And Bugs Life at California
Mm-hmm.
Adventure, you know, where they
That's where
like
my mind
mist
went.
you
Yeah.
with the smells and the water and all that. um there was a Honey I Shrunk the Audience that they had at Disneyland too that was pretty fun. I
That
remember
one was a
that.
great one. I used
Yeah.
to love that one.
Yeah, those were great. I really enjoyed those. But like 3D going in, I don't know. I can't think of a single 3D movie that was successful. in what it
No.
was trying to do. It was just like,
Uh-uh.
these are all awful. These are
And I
terrible.
can't remember a single 3D
Right.
movie other than Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, and it was fine. It was fine. But I did like the video game thing. I thought that was a cool story, but it just was messy.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. But yeah, those movies were good. Antonio was so sexy in those
Oh,
films.
super hot.
His little
I was in love with
mustache.
him. I was in love with him.
Ugh.
Oh my
Do you
goodness.
turn up to a mustache? Or facial
I
hair in
would
general?
love I love facial hair.
Do you?
I love hair general. Chest hair is a
Yes.
big thing for me right now.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you're proud enough to not shave your chest hair, fucking good for you, girl. Let
Yeah.
me rub my hands right all over it. I
Right.
love chest hair.
Wear
My
those slutty
favorite.
little open open
Oh,
buttons
and have it peeking
and
out.
just have it peeking
Wear
out.
that gold chain. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. I
The
love
little
it.
cross.
Ah.
Oh my
I
god.
can't. Even just a peak. A peak is enough to get me
Yeah.
going. So I feel like chest hair is a real like man's man kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like it's such a masculine thing, and I love when men can own it. A lot of men get
Yes.
shamed for having to like they take off a shirt, it's like they're wearing another shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, just own it. It's
Yeah.
fun. I love it. Someone
All
out there
bodies
is
are
into it.
beautiful.
Yeah, Jasmine is into it. You know what I'm saying?
Jer is into
Take it out
it.
for me, girl. Yeah,
Well, like
I
if
love
if
it.
someone doesn't think you're attractive because your body hair, they can
Girl,
choke.
they sure can on this body hair.
Yeah, they can choke
You
on this
know?
body hair. So
Every man that I've been attracted to has had a little bit of chest hair.
yes,
Every man.
every one of them.
Very
There's been a couple
lucky
little
for it.
Twinkies that I've maybe fallen for that didn't have any, you know, and I still a lot of bara art won't really have a lot of body hair. I don't know how many like smutty artists you follow, but a lot of artists will usually not draw body hair, one because it's hard to render, but also
Yeah.
like it's just not it's not always the beauty standard. And I'm like, no, put body hair on them, make them
Yes.
fuzzy.
Yes. It's my favorite.
I love fan
I
art.
read it in books all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love fan art of like characters, and they'll just make them hairy. And like I've been working on my art a lot. I've been really trying to get better at it. And like I think I told you I'm a big Luigi stan, like unironically. So like Luigi is my muse as I try and figure out what my art style is and how I want to do everything. I always make that bitch hairy.
Yeah,
I'm like,
girl.
I'm gonna give you so much chest hair that goes all the way down to your waist. I'm just gonna give you buckets of it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Little happy trail too.
Yes.
So nice.
So nice. I've always liked that. I've always
Yeah.
liked that. My
Yeah,
favorite is
too.
like when like the muscle boys, the gym boys, whatever, they're wearing like the gray sweatpants and they'll stretch and their shirt comes up and you can see that happy trail a little bit. And I'm always like, let me get a look.
Uh-huh. You wanna
Let me just
tease
get a little
me?
peek. Yeah, right?
You
Who
teasing
told you
me.
you could make me wet?
Oh my gosh, it's one of the best things. I love
Yes.
it.
Do you have any video game characters that you like turn up to that you're like, that's a sexy man, that whenever you see art of them you're like, ooh, I'm holding on to that?
I really like Arthur Morgan from
Oh my god, Red Dead, right?
Dead Redemption. Yes. I love him. I think he can get it. I love him.
I'm gonna
he
be
can
playing
bring
that
me
soon
any
on
day of the week.
stream. I'm so excited.
Oh my god, you're gonna start it
I'm
pretty
gonna do
soon?
Red Dead 2, yeah.
That's exciting. You're gonna get in and strap in, girl.
I'm
It's
ready.
very good. I can't wait.
I'm so
Arthur
ready.
Morgan. I really like. I mean, if I had to, I've always liked Link, but he's like a little Twinkie.
He's very
until
Twinkie.
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom made me feel like, okay, that's a little bit of a man. That's a little
Yeah.
man, and I can appreciate it. Still very Twinkie, but Arthur
Ganon,
Morgan has
though.
got to be my main. Oh yeah. What else? Well, I mean, you like Luigi
I
very
love
much,
Luigi.
right?
Yeah, if I see Luigi art, I'm like saving that. Gonna hold on to that. Put it in my
Yeah.
phone. I love there's two characters in particular that I really love from games that if I see any art of them, I eat it up. Pyramid Head from Silent Hill?
Wow, very
Yeah,
popular
I
with
mean, I know
ladies.
it's so cliche, like Pyramid Head, but just this idea of this anonymous big buff man with this huge sword. And
Yeah,
that little loincloth situation, towel dangling over the side.
slut.
Girl, that slutty little leg that pops out from the side.
Oh yeah, dude.
Girl, it's so, so hot.
Mm, mm.
It's so
Very
good.
cute. I
So
love
good.
him. He's really popular with lots of people.
Yeah.
That's not like unusual at all.
No. There is one
That's a
that
pretty good
might
pick.
not be as well known. You might not know who this is. Do you know anything about the Resident Evil series at all?
I don't, but it's very popular, so please educate.
There's this character in the third game. He only shows up once in the game.
Okay.
Or he's like a main character, but then he never shows up ever again or is referenced. His name is
Yeah.
Carlos Oliveira.
Ooh.
And he is so, so hot. He's got this like really shaggy, curly black hair. He's got like this big old nose, and I love noses. I'm a big fan
Ooh.
of big noses. He's got a just this beautiful chiseled body. He's normally in like this full like body armor stuff because he's like a special agent. But I used mods to put him in
Oh.
underwear, and the artist that put him in the shirtless skin made him all like fuzzy and stuff. So like, I already liked Carlos before. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, who is this Latino? Who is this? And then as soon
Yes.
as I played him, I'm like, ooh, I love him.
He's
I
got gray hair. I just looked
Great
him up.
hair.
He's
Yeah,
sexy. That's a
sexy.
great pick.
Yes, that's one of my absolute favorites, and he's. I feel like a sort of indie favorite for people that like Resident Evil, which is already kind of a small group of people. But then you also have to really not be into the white twink thing with Leon. You know,
Yeah.
everybody loves Leon because
Yeah.
he's. I say this as disrespectfully as possible. The general public would fuck a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch if it was white and had abs.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
saying. So like that's
Sure.
I mean, Leon's cute. I'm not trying to say that he's not cute, but like he's white and thin. So like of course. But Carlos.
But
Carlos is
Carlos?
this kind of buff, thick Latino. He's just
Yeah.
he's sexy. He's sexy.
Looks like he knows how to handle a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh,
And he's got a big old booty too. He's got big old booty. And I love a
I
butt.
love that.
I'm a big fan of
Oh,
butts.
I love his hair
Yes, his hair's
and the
beautiful.
facial hair
I tried
and
to
his
do
voice.
his hair for a little while on me. It did not look right. That shaggy wolf cut is really hard to pull off.
It's tough. Yeah,
You
it's
have
a
to have the
lot of
right face
layers and a
for
lot
it.
of gel. Right.
Yes. But yeah, no, he's one of my favorites.
That's
Love
a
him.
great pick.
Yeah. Every
Mm.
time. I'm always like, if there's a man that looks like that out there, hit me up.
Oh
Hit
my
me up,
God.
please.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's
I will
great.
risk it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's gorgeous. So, which I mean, I think there's, I don't know. This is a safe space, and I'm comfortable talking about this. I feel like for a really long time, because I had a Mexican dad who didn't want to be Mexican. That
Yeah.
was evident in his life.
Mm.
He said a lot of really stereotypical, borderline racist things about Latinos, you know, and like I think with that, I had a lot of internalized phobia about my own culture that I had to really dissect for a long time. And as I've gotten older and as I've dissected that, I've gotten out of that, I've no longer like found the white beauty standard to be the ideal because that was what I was raised on and feeling like that was the only one. Now, so much of my preferences are towards the Latinx community, and I love
Uh,
that. I'm like, it feels really nice to be attracted to the umbrella of people that I am from and not feel like the white beauty standard is the one.
oh
Because it doesn't
yeah,
have
dude.
to be.
No, no, it doesn't. And it's that spice, you know,
Mm,
it's
yeah.
that extra little bit. That's so good. I love cut from the same cloth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's really nice. I'm glad. Yeah, I broke out of that white man love interest a while back now.
yeah.
They do nothing for me anymore.
I
Every
mean, I
once
can
in a
appreciate a white
while.
man. I
Yeah.
definitely do. And I mean, I say this as someone who's very light. You know, I appreciate a white man. You know, I can look at somebody and be like, they're very beautiful. But like, if I think who's the sexiest celebrity ever, I think a lot of people are gonna be like Ryan Reynolds. Even like straight guys would be like Ryan Reynolds. But my
Right.
brain goes like Pedro Pascal, Oscar Isaac.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they're it. They're the sexiest ones out there. Like
Yeah.
they're the hottest male celebrities that are still that are working right now, you know,
Oh,
and are active. And I love that I'm not into the Eurocentric thing anymore.
yeah, me too. Me too.
It feels so weird like knowing that. And I think a lot of people are aware that they think that Eurocentric beauty is it. The facial structure, the complexion, the
Hmm.
hair texture, all of that. That like those are the standards, and it's like that. It's such a small portion of the world is Caucasian and meets those
Truly.
standards. It's such a
Right.
really small percentage, and I think because there just happen to be broadcast, that happens to be the like standard, but it doesn't have to be.
No.
And I love that we're breaking away from that as a people.
Yeah, me too. It's nice to see a lot of recognition out there for these hot men, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I hope they feel it too,
I
you
really
know.
hope so.
Yeah.
I hope that
Nice.
a lot of these celebrities that are not what is typically or historically understood to be beautiful and glamorous, I hope they know that they are really making an impact
Oh,
on the
huge.
world in a positive way. I
Mm-hmm.
hope they know.
Representation, girl.
Yes, it's so important. It's so important.
It's very important to me,
Yeah.
to you. It should be to everybody.
And I mean the daddy representation too.
Oh
Get more
my
daddies in
God.
media.
Oh, hello. Hello. Hire these 40-something-year-old men, please.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Get more
please.
daddies up there. We don't need all these young
No.
boys.
No, in
I
this
want
day and
men.
age, I want
I
men.
want men. That's what I want for my birthday. I want men.
Oh, God. Unwrap me a man. I'd love it,
Yes.
please. Oh my God.
Yes.
Mm,
I think we're getting to that point, unfortunately. I can't believe we've already gotten there.
I
We're already
know.
there.
That was quick.
I know. Ugh, I hate saying that, girl.
Oh my God. That's the worst thing in the world to say.
That was so fast.
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
Is it in there? Really feel it. Okay.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you want before we wrap, do you want another Jermeeth bad hookup
Yeah,
moment?
I'd love to hear it.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll cut all the gruesome texting details out of the way. We meet on Grinder, we're talking all of that. So he's talking mad game about the things that he wants to do. But he's like, "Oh, but I've been edging, so I think I'm going to be fast." And I was like, "I mean, that's fine. Just what do you want?" And he's like, I really want to top." And I'm like, "Okay." This is before I decided I was going to stop bottoming. So I'm like, "Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do this thing." So I go to his hotel and we start, and it was maybe like 2 minutes of foreplay, maybe, which is not enough. It's not enough foreplay.
No.
So I get on my stomach to start getting ready to bottom, and he goes to like push in with almost no preparation correctly, and I'm like,
Ugh.
well, that wasn't comfortable, and literally like barely pushed in 30 seconds of just trying to get all the way in, and he goes, oops. And I kind of turn and I'm
No.
like, did you finish already? And he goes, only a little bit. How do you
Oh.
finish a little bit as a man?
Oh my
Like,
God, the man.
how do you only finish a little bit as a man? So I'm like,
No.
okay, well, are you want to stop? Are you done? And he goes, no, I can keep going. He like goes to readjust and pushes back in and like literally grips my shoulders, like grips. And he's like, sorry, I'm trying not to finish all the way. And I'm like, how do you halfway finish?
Girl.
And
Why
I'm
would
like,
he?
all this talking up that you did, what
Yeah.
happened to all that?
All
Another
this.
push, one more thrust, and he grips again really hard. It's like, I'm so sorry.
No, not finishing with an I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
Maybe I did tell you this because I feel like you might know the resolve. So he like pulls out and he ties up the condom, and I'm like, which safe sex, great things. And he sits his ass down on the side of the bed and looks at his feet. The post nut clarity hit. I like didn't even get to start. I didn't even get to like get the engine going. I start getting dressed and I'm like, well, this was fun. Trying to just like make conversation since it's clear the post nut hit. And I'm like getting dressed and putting on my clothes. And he's still looking at his feet. And I'm like, all right, well, goodbye. And he's like, don't forget your lube. And I like grabbed my lube off the disrespect, grabbed it off the nightstand. He didn't even pick it up. Grabbed it off the nightstand. I stick it in my jacket pocket and I go to leave.
Wow. Alone in the VIP.
Alone in the VIP lounge. I feel like I told you this. There's a Jesus song playing in the lobby.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Maybe I told you that part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jesus song playing in the lobby.
What was it?
Won't you look up upon me, Jesus? I can't wait another. I don't remember all the words. I can't do this without you. Something like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I hate this. I hate this.
That's gotta be one of
and
the
I like
worst.
looked up and I'm like, you are awful.
Yeah,
you don't love me.
No.
You don't love me, pheromone.
What did we say? I think we said like he got in the way. He put his hand there and was like, that's enough.
That's enough.
I've seen enough.
So just like I don't care if it ends too fast. I really don't care. I'm not that type of person. But like you gotta get me ready. You can't just end in 45 seconds with an oops and a sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Oops.
Just a little bit.
How do you finish a little bit?
Girl, as a man. Where are we? Where are we going? Who's driving this bus?
Right? It's a bus still running. Like, if you are a fab and you got a vagina, I get it. You can probably finish multiple times. But like most people with penises can't finish multiple times or even like half finish. When you start finishing, you're done.
You're done. And you're really out for the count.
Yeah, until you're like ready to what is that cycle called? Refractionary.
Sure.
Refractionary. Until you are able to get it back up again and start going again. Like most people with penises can't do that. So I'm like, you can't just do a little finish. No. So I learned my lesson.
Damn, girl. No edging before fucking,
No, you gotta do something. No. Or if you know that you're gonna finish fast, just be like, let's not do the whole shebang.
Let's just do you.
Yeah. Because I think you've done butt stuff before. There's a lot of prep.
There's a lot of prep that needs to go into it.
You can't waste 30 minutes for 45 seconds. The output for input is not worth it.
No. I took 4 hours to do this for you to take 2 seconds.
Right.
I don't think so.
How dare you, Mr. Spears?
The level of disrespect. What did Wendy Williams say?
Death to all of them. Oh, Jesus. That's my favorite part. How dare you, Mr. Spears? Death to all of them. And then the audience is like, oh my God. And her face, or she's like, oh, shouldn't have said that out loud. That was one of the inside thoughts. I should have stayed in there.
Someone let the patient out. I'm sorry.
I say death all the time in that tone, just death. And I hope that people understand what I'm referencing.
Oh, please.
It's so funny. Death to all of them. And also, what was that? Okay. James. Have you seen that video where she's like, and she's like sitting, it might be a Hamburger Mary's, and she's like, here we are. Yes. In the most bothered way. And you know what else I love? More than anything?
Mm.
Oh, you're a native New Yorker. You should know the score by now. With the mic
Yeah.
shake.
No one opens the door for a
For a
native
native New
New
Yorker.
Yorker.
Here I go. Whoa. I can recite that a whole thing,
Oh,
girl.
she's an icon.
She's an
She's a
icon.
legend. She is the
She
moment.
is. She's an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment. Now,
That's
come on
right,
now.
girl.
Have you seen that video recently where she's still in like in her recovery stuff, dealing with everything, and she's like, I would ask people for privacy and respect, but our show didn't give people respect and privacy.
That's right. I think she's in the car when she's saying
Yes,
that.
self-aware queen. She's like
Girl.
zooted. It's clear she
Yeah.
had like 17 edibles.
Oh my God. Oh, she's
Problematic
amazing.
icon. Problematic
She's
icon.
very problematic.
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember when her show first was like on air? I watched the first episode and I was like, wow, I'm into it.
I only watched bits and pieces whenever it was on in the break rooms and stuff at work, but
Yeah.
no, like I think I'm obsessed with the memery of her.
Oh
You
my
know?
God. Yes. Yes. Everything. What's that one? Oh girl. Oh, something about that you're in denial, girl.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is that quote?
I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna look it up.
I know. Is that
Drive me crazy.
was that her that said denial is a river in Egypt? I thought that was
Denial.
somebody else.
That's it.
It was? I thought that was somebody else for some reason.
Her radio show.
Oh, denial is a river in Egypt.
Your husband is gay.
Dula Peep.
I love her.
I mean, love her. She's such a mess.
She's a mess.
A mess, but I love
she's
it.
Great. She's such a problem. A menace to society, girl. Truly an icon.
A menace to society who should continue to be on the air.
Truly, yeah, needed to be taken away.
Yeah,
you know.
But I mean, we need her back. We need her back.
America needs her back.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do without her? Life is not the same without Wendy narrating my week.
No.
I loved the highlights at the end of the week. You know, I'd catch the highlights of the Wendy Williams show. They would show up on like Twitter, YouTube, and you'd like see all like the important parts that she was just roasting the crap out of people for no reason.
Oh, for no reason.
For no reason.
Unprovoked.
Unprovoked. I think she's fabulous. She's so fabulous.
I think so too.
Like,
yeah, she's great.
So good. I love the meme of her in that coat, and she's like holding her coffee, and she like just waddles to her chair, and like everybody's cheering, and she's just waddling, like not looking at them with her sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And then the burp fart, she did that like 5 times. She burp farted.
And then she. Oh. How about when she cried? I'm alright. I'm alright.
She had a little Q-tip.
I'm alright.
She had a little Q-tip in the corner of her eyeball.
She look it up.
Yes, girl.
Oh, she's amazing.
So
she's
good.
Amazing. Oh,
good shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me on my birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday! I can't
birth.
believe it.
I know. Me too.
Every year, I get surprised.
It feels so fast every year too. It feels like I just had my last birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't feel 34.
Good.
Is that weird?
No.
I feel like I'm still like in my late 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still feel really
young. I
young.
feel that way.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm in my early 20s.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's kids. It goes back to not having kids.
It goes back to not having kids and living stress-free.
Yeah.
No shade to those with kids, but that's for life, girl.
Right. I mean, some stress.
Yeah.
Other stress, but not like
other
stress.
Right. But not stress on top of stress.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for everybody who listened and tuned in. I hope you have a fantastic week. Remember, you are doing a great job. You're doing the best that you can, and that's all you can do. And we'll talk to you very soon. And goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Please.
Oh, girl, this